Everybody wants to be naked in bed.
We're definitely beyond the beige.
Yeah. Gives me goosies. Come get all your Instagram shots here at Staypineapple, whether you're staying here or not.
Every great travel journey begins with a question. Where to next? And how do we protect what makes it beautiful? Welcome to the Conscious Check-In, the podcast where sustainable hospitality, unforgettable travel, and bold conservation stories collide. I'm your host, Amy Wald, and this is your Conscious Check-In.
Welcome to Staypineapple, not your typical downtown urban hotel. Here, bold personality meets sustainable luxury, creating the perfect retreat for both leisure adventurers and business road warriors. This is a place where fun and quirky design meets comfort that actually makes a difference for you, your pup, yes, they're dog obsessed, for the planet. Today, we are exploring what makes Staypineapple more than just a place to stay, a place where you can dream bigger, laugh louder, and know that every choice you make here is a better one for the environment. So let's dive in with Bethann, the general manager, and uncover the stories, surprises, and sustainable spirit behind this unforgettable downtown Chicago hotel. Bethann, so where are we? What are some of the attractions that are right here central to the hotel?
Absolutely. We're at the corner of State and Washington. We're in the Loop, downtown Chicago. You can see the L tracks right there. The Chicago Theater is right there. We're in the heart of the theater district. Daily Plaza, the state, federal buildings are all right there. We're surrounded by all the business empires. The original Marshall Fields is now a Macy's.
Okay.
That's kitty corner from us. We're in the heart of it right here.
And what about the lake?
The lake is 4 blocks that way.
4 blocks?
Yeah.
So whether you are looking to shop, you have a business meeting, you want to see a show, or you want to take in nature at the lake, you're literally right here, right?
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
And you can borrow one of our Staypineapple bikes to get to any of this.
And lower your carbon footprint.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah. So Bethann, you are in such a unique location, central here at Staypineapple Chicago. Why is this such a perfect destination for a business traveler?
Absolutely. We're at the corner of State and Washington. We're in the Loop, downtown Chicago. So obviously the Loop is the L system, so it goes all around the hotel. It's such a quick, easy trip from O'Hare. They get on the Blue Line at the airport, get off at the Washington stop, and walk across the street to the hotel. So it just makes perfect sense. We're surrounded by office buildings, and we're in the commerce center of the city. Our business guests love to stay here. And then when they're done doing their business trip, they're also in the heart of all of the tourist activities and can stay a couple extra days and have a wonderful leisure trip as well.
We talked about why this is the perfect location for leisure and business travelers. But what about that corporate meeting planner, those travel planners that are looking to meet sustainability requirements for their clients? You are certified, a sustainably certified hotel right here in downtown Chicago. Why is that such an advantage for those meeting planners?
We've been seeing this for probably the last 10 or 15 years. As RFP season comes every year, the corporate meeting planners are really looking to ensure that they're sending their corporate employees to hotels that share the same values as they do. And sustainability is often one of those top values. And so at a corporate level, we value it ourselves, but we also want to make sure that we're delivering that value for our guests and our corporate clients. And the Green Key certification is a huge part of that, because it makes it so easy when they're looking at these RFP responses to see they have 4 keys in the green key certification. They're checking all the boxes. We know that we can feel confident that there's been third-party certification and show that Stay Pineapple is truly meeting the sustainability goals that each company has.
So Bethann, you are in an old historic building. This is such a great example of sustainability in action. This is an adaptive reuse building. Tell us about the history and tell us how this just aligns perfectly with the sustainability ethos of Stay Pineapple.
Absolutely. Stay Pineapple is so proud to own the Burnham Building. It's one of the great historic buildings in Chicago. We're on both the National Historic Register, the State Historic Register, and the City Historic Register. Chicago is known for its incredible architecture. This building was designed and built by Daniel Burnham, who is one of the architectural greats from the city of Chicago. And so we love being trusted with this building, and we loved honoring its historic features. It, of course, was designed as an office building. Al Capone's dentist worked out of this building, which is one of the many things that brings people to Stay Pineapple. So we've kept the office doors in the hallway. That's why we still use the original keys, because that's one of the key historical elements of the building. It was one of the first skyscrapers that was built with steel in the city of Chicago, and that allows for these huge windows and all of the natural light that comes in and that our guests really enjoy. So we love all of the historical features at Stay Pineapple Chicago.
So Bethann, I absolutely love historic hotels. It's just such a way to go back in time and be part of history. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about this gorgeous mosaic flooring and what do brides do when they come to Stay Pineapple Chicago?
Absolutely. So when they began renovating the building and turning it into a hotel, they uncovered the original mosaic floor, and so we have recreated it to match the original. It's spectacular. Brides come here all the time to take their engagement photos, their wedding photos, and we love hosting them. It's such a great showcase of Chicago architecture.
Yeah, and it's a way to really be unique in what you're offering, but as well for your travelers. It's not those cookie cutter hotels that are everywhere out there.
Absolutely. We're definitely beyond the beige.
Yeah. Beyond the beige. Ooh, we're onto something. And so, the fact that you didn't build a building from scratch really takes your carbon footprint to nothing when it comes to, the building.
Absolutely.
And that's so important. So I think guests are able to come learn culture, feel good about where they're staying. It's just like everything wrapped up into one. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. And we're not building a new hotel sprawling out into the suburbs. We're utilizing a great piece of land that's already built at the heart of the city, which makes it more convenient for both leisure and business travel. So it's just a win-win.
And so as far as some of the other sustainability attributes happening here on location, what are some of those?
We take sustainability very serious. So we have our Atwood restaurant. We do a lot of composting. We have composting available in the lobby for our guests. Wow. Recycling is available in every guest room. A little bit more elevated from the normal recycling that you would be able to do at most hotels is we recycle our K-cups. That's a program that we just rolled out this year, and we've been really excited about, and it has a huge effect for our sustainability goals. We also, in the past, we've always offered unlimited bottled water to our guests as an amenity, and it was a very popular amenity. It was an important amenity, but we just felt it was so wasteful using those disposable water bottles. And so last year we partnered with Path Water, and we have branded Path Water bottles that we provide guests in their rooms, and we have a water refill station in the lobby, and its impact has been incredible. We're so proud to have kept that important amenity for our guests, but reduce the carbon footprint and reach another sustainability goal.
And I think that that is such an important part because you aren't taking away from the guest experience. You're actually adding to it with sustainability, because now you give them a water bottle to not only use on their trip here and they don't have to lug with them, but they can take it home as well and feel good. You know, not every guest is actively seeking sustainability, but if you are or aren't, you can come here, know you can enjoy your trip and that you're doing, you know, good for the city and the environment by choosing Stay Pineapple.
Absolutely. We've really found that as we've worked to improve our sustainability, that it doesn't have to be a negative where we're doing one thing positive, but someone has to give something up for it to work. We've really been creative in our solutions and found a way to make it positive for the guest, a value add for the guest, and still green, still sustainable, a positive for everything else.
That's amazing.
Another thing that we did this year was, actually last year, we replaced almost our entire tech stack. And that had huge benefits for us in that with introducing our Muse operating system, we've been able to eliminate printing audit packs every night. So that's somewhere between 30 and 50 pieces of paper we're saving a night, not printing. And then by utilizing our Opti system for our housekeeping department, they aren't having to print boards. Our housekeepers have the room list that they clean every day, that's on a Google device. And so we aren't printing boards, we aren't printing records, we aren't storing that. So the sustainability aspect of that has been amazing as well.
And I think the behavior change you speak to in that is so powerful because to some they may think, oh, that's just one small little thing, but it adds up. And you're also teaching your employees that, you know, their impact matters, not only here in the building, but when they go home as well. And that's what's really special about hospitality is you have that ability to impact behavior.
Absolutely. It's been a great example to set, and we feel it throughout the hotel. We aren't having to store these audit packs. We aren't having to store the housekeeping packets on a daily basis. It keeps the guest information more secure. It benefits everything. And our corporate office did a fun challenge this summer. For the month of August, they gave every employee at the corporate office, I think, 15 to 20 pieces of paper to last the whole month. And so anytime they really felt they needed to print something, they had to use from their pile. And it was such an eye-opening experience for our corporate office to really think through, do I need to print that? Is there a different way that I could do this? And we wound up sharing so many ideas on how to get around the need to print. And it just raised our consciousness level. It was really impactful.
And I think about from a corporate traveler, you know, efficiency is everything, and being able to then relax in your room. What does it mean for a travel planner, in addition to it being perfect for the business traveler, but for impact and sustainability?
Absolutely. That's why the Green Key certification is so important to us. We've seen this trend for the last 10 to 15 years on the corporate RFPs that come in to us. Sustainability is something that corporations are really looking at. They want to send their travelers to a property that values the same thing they do and has the same sustainability goals that they do. And with the Green Key certification, companies know that that's third-party verified, so they know when they see, oh, Stay Pineapple Chicago is a 4-key, Green Key certified property, they know they can check all those boxes that we share the same sustainability goals that they do.
So it's really about peace of mind, right? Because not everybody is going to be actively volunteering or engaged in some kind of conservation, you know, movement while they're here, but it's about knowing that they can check that box and they can go with confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, you said something interesting about verified. So a lot of things out there claim they're sustainable, but this is really important because this certification, you had to walk the walk, and really show what you were doing. What did that process look like?
It took us 6 to 8 months to go through the process. And at the end of it, once we had done all the prep work and make sure and look at the specific things, like you can't just say you're composting, you need specifics on how much you're composting and what you're composting, and information on the bulbs that you're using. You can't be partially green, you have to really prove the numbers. And so once we had worked through those hoops, then they send a third-party company in to verify everything, and then we get certified, and it's awesome.
And now, through the OTAs and those third-party travel agencies, a traveler can actually go in and check sustainability certification and have a hotel pop up, right? So, wow, that's incredible for exposure for the hotel, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a huge deal for us because travelers and travel agents are becoming more savvy.
Yeah.
Everyone can put a green leaf on their website and say that sustainability is important to them, but the purchasing public now knows that they have to dig a little bit deeper and look beyond just what's on the surface.
Yeah.
You have to be able to prove that you're really doing it, and the Green Key certification allows us to do that.
Well, congratulations for
Thank you.
taking those steps, because it takes a lot of time and commitment. And like you said before, it's really about traveler confidence. They can come here and know that they're going to have a luxury stay that's sustainable as well.
Absolutely.
So, thanks.
Thank you.
So as Bethann said, we are central here in Chicago. We are right in the loop. So you know what that means. Stay pineapple in the loop. Okay, so Bethann, with all of the brands out there right now, I mean, it is a crowded market. Your brand is really unique to anything else out there. It's fun, it's quirky, it's sustainable luxury, which some people say don't go hand in hand. One of your brand ethos is luxury where it counts. Tell us what that means. What does the guest have to experience with that kind of, tagline?
Absolutely. So luxury where it counts, we're a hotel, right? So the bed experience is paramount, and the quality of sleep that you're going to have at any hotel is incredibly important. So when we created our brand, that's where we focused. We got top of the line mattresses. They're Serta Black Napa mattresses. They are divine. I have one at home. It's the best bed I've ever had. We invested in very high quality linens. That ties into sustainability because, as we all know, when you buy a higher quality product, it lasts longer. You don't have to replace it as often. It's more sustainable. So we really focused on luxury in the bed.
That makes sense. And it's really so important. So many brands, that's kind of an afterthought. And the guest is going to know that if they can get good sleep, feel good, wellness, whether you're on vacation or business, it changes your perception of a hotel.
Absolutely.
Okay, not to be redundant, but another thing that is incredibly unique to anyone else out there, and something I'm a little bit obsessed about, which is kind of like European culture, European lifestyle. What does that have to do with the naked experience?
Absolutely. So the naked experience is one of our key brand standards, and it is our bedding. So our founder, Michelle Barnett, was on a European vacation with her family. She was traveling through Europe, and she encountered European style bedding, which is a two-duvet system. So the idea is that each bed comes with 2 twin-size duvets. So the idea is everyone gets their own blanket. You're not arguing over the covers at night. You have your very own blanket. So she brought that back to us from Europe, and we rolled it out, and it's been a huge success, and people love it.
And that is so cool. That play on, your bedding, but everybody wants to be naked in bed, but not yet doesn't feel comfortable enough, right?
Right. Yeah. And so part of the naked experience is all of our linens and everything that you touch is washed daily. It's an experience that it feels so clean. It is so clean that you can sleep naked.
That's genius marketing. I love that so much. Okay, Bethann, so Staypineapple has such a unique way of delivering really what a hotel promise should be, which is 24 hours a day, always getting somebody on the phone. Tell me about the everything button.
Absolutely. We call it the everything person concept. So sometimes when you're at big hotels or even small hotels, you have to dial 2 for housekeeping, 3 for front desk, 4 for the restaurant. Oh, you need to talk to valet. We wanted it to be streamlined and simple. We want you to press one button. You always go to the same person and they can help you with everything. So everything people are our guest service agents at the front desk.
Hi, my name is Marche and welcome to Staypineapple Chicago.
And we consider every team member in the hotel an everything person. You take a concern to any employee that you see, they're going to help you with everything. And on our phones, you just dial the everything button, push a 1 button, they're going to take care of you at that moment.
I mean, that's guest service beyond, really, right? Because like you're saying, a hotel, you work in a certain department, so you only know how to answer that.
Right.
Wow. Do guests ever comment on that?
Absolutely.
What do they say?
They appreciate it.
Yeah.
They appreciate that one person is going to take them from start to finish, take care of whatever they need, and they're not going to have to spend 10 minutes just getting to the right person before their problem's even handled.
Well, next time I call the everything button, I'm going to ask for a chocolate chip cookie, okay?
They are pretty great. Chef David does a great job.
Yes, he does an incredible job. Bethann, okay, so for so long, luxury hospitality has really been about how much we give the guests and how much we throw away and how they can just really come in and kind of just take all the resources. And we're really trying to dial back what luxury means. And I feel like Staypineapple is setting the standard on that. I just read a statistic about a boutique hotel could possibly throw away 15,000 mini toiletry bottles every 3 months. Tell us what you've done to curb that and what's so unique about that offering.
We use the dispensers for our shampoo, conditioner, and body gel. We go with a higher end Tommy Bahama product, so it's very nice shampoo, conditioner, and body gel, but we're getting rid of the little plastic bottles.
And has anybody ever complained about that?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's that misconception and that misnomer. It's really a chance for a guest to know, wow, I'm getting a luxury amenity and body product and I'm not part of that waste.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's plenty for their whole stay. They get restocked on a daily basis. It just isn't impacting the guest stay not having the little bottle.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so I really feel like you don't need a spa to feel like you have wellness in a hotel. The beds, the robes, these incredibly high-end amenities, but there's also a hygienic aspect to it. The hotel's very clean. What else do you guys do to make sure that you're delivering, a very pure product, I guess?
Absolutely. The dispensers are cleaned every day, top and bottom and sides, and they're secured with a lock. So we're the only ones refilling these dispensers.
All right, so I can't empty that into my suitcase and take it home with me.
No, that would be very difficult. Okay. And definitely you wouldn't get through TSA.
Oh, that's true. It's bigger than 3 ounces.
Yeah.
So let's talk about yet another value add when you stay at Staypineapple. I mean, in this market, guests are used to getting like dinged with every kind of cost, right? And having water in your room is such a luxury, but you're usually hit with $6 a bottle, $8 a bottle, not to mention the amount of waste that happens. You guys took the bold decision to partner with Path and create these incredible water bottles. Tell me about that process and, why weren't you reluctant to take away that guest experience and tell us about it.
I can't say that we weren't nervous about it.
Okay.
It was a major change for us. We had been providing unlimited complimentary plastic water bottles in the rooms for a long time, and guests love to have non-faucet water in their rooms, and sure, we were nervous about that and how they feel about it, but we felt that the impact from the water bottles was too big to avoid, and we challenged ourselves to find a way to do it better, to still provide that water to the guests and that convenience to the guests, but to not have it at such an incredible environmental cost. So we partnered with Path Water. They've been great to work with. And we have these quench water systems in all of our lobbies, and it's been fantastic. So every guest gets a water bottle at check-in. They get to take the water bottle with them. They can have sparkling water, still water, hot water, cold water, whatever they want. They can refill it as many times as they need during their stay. It's just been a huge success, and we're so happy with it.
I think you hit on it. You've hit on it so many times during our conversation, but you researched a problem and you found a solution, but it wasn't easy. It took time, it took creativity. And instead of it being like you had to take something away, you're giving them something, right?
Yeah.
Now they have a bottle to take with them throughout their, time here in Chicago and to take home with them.
Yeah.
And unlimited refills. I mean,
Right.
just don't get hot water when you're hungover, because then it will hurt. But, okay, so we are near one of the largest, most biodiverse freshwater ecosystems in the world. And I think the default is, if we have plastic water bottles, we can just recycle them. But not every municipality is recycling correctly or even recycling.
Yeah.
So I would say, you've had to have saved thousands and thousands of bottles from the landfill and filtering into the lake, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, when we look at the impact we've been able to make, not just at one hotel, but all of our hotels, 10 hotels across the country, it's been astounding, and we're so proud of it.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. And I know that you have an exciting conservation partnership that you are going to announce here soon. And that will be an opportunity for guests, employees to get involved even deeper beyond this. So I can't wait to hear about that.
Exciting things to come.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so Bethann, I want to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk to the hoteliers out there. Staypineapple, this uniqueness, this culture was really built from the ground up, and sustainability has always been a value. So I think it has been a little easier, right, for you to build that into your DNA. But if you're talking to your peers and other hoteliers out there that say, we just don't have the money, guests aren't asking for it, it's just not a priority, what would you say to them, and how would you give them advice on how to start making these changes?
I would say that it's not as hard as it looks. And once you dig in and commit some time to it, you'll find that there are so many more options now, and there are so many resources out there to help you, that it's not going to be as huge a mountain as you think it's going to be to climb. And people like you are so incredibly helpful and energized about it. It's really not. It's not that bad. And there are lots of different options, and as we went through this process with your help, it was, if we ran into a roadblock on one thing, there were 3 or 4 other options that we could do. You don't have to do everything, and you can't always do everything. No. So pick the things that you can do and that make sense for your team and that speak to you, and focus there. But start somewhere.
And I did not set her up for that. But I think that's really good advice. And if I could add on, I think a lot of hoteliers are shying away from it, almost like, I don't want to think about it right now, but it becomes an enjoyable process when, like you're saying, you find things that speak to you and your team gets excited. It becomes much more enjoyable than you predicted it could be, right?
Absolutely. And I thought that on some of the things that we wanted to try, I was expecting a lot more pushback from our team members than we got. And really, when we sat down with them and we talked through it and we talked about what's important to them and what they do at home, the interest was there. And once we talked it through and explained the why and walked through all the steps, they were 100% on board, and it was so much easier than we thought it was going to be.
And would you say, like, the first step is you just have to start asking questions to your teams, to your guests, find out what do they have interest in and what's important to your city?
Exactly. Yeah. And I really had to, I thought I knew what the answers to those questions were going to be, and I was wrong and very, very pleasantly surprised. It has really been a great journey for us.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So, sticking with the topic of sustainability and certifications, you guys it's growing in popularity and more organizations are adopting, but you're still at the forefront of that. Yeah. How do you really see sustainability changing? Let's not talk about the brands, the big chains, but the independent space. What do you see that looking like in the future?
I think it will just continue to be more and more important, and people will make their purchasing decisions, and sustainability won't just be a nice thing that if they could check all the boxes, it would be the last one, but people will continue to prioritize it more and more and really make purchasing decisions based on it. So it will only grow. And I think in the independent market, we're smaller and we're more nimble and we can pivot more quickly. And that enables us to really knock this out of the park.
Yeah, I think you make such a great point about purchasing decisions. And I think that actually is going to change the supply chain even more. I mean, obviously, we're seeing a lot of solutions coming out very quickly, but it's going to force the supply chain to then, I think, make it easier for decision makers because they will have more options, better costs, and solutions to their unique problems, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're moving, as if I didn't love sustainability, but I probably love dogs and animals more, and I know the sentiment is the same around here.
Absolutely.
You guys are not just dog friendly, you're dog obsessed, and I think that means something so much different to, people with pets, people traveling with their pets. So talk about your mascot Dash. What does it mean to be dog obsessed, and how does that translate into the guest experience?
Absolutely. So we 100% are dog obsessed, and for us what that means is, for us as dog owners, your dog is not just your pet, it's a part of your family. It's a very important part of your family. When you travel with your pet, it's not acceptable just to be pushed into the corner of the hotel in the least renovated room and it smells like other dogs. That's not an acceptable experience anymore for pet owners. And we recognize that, we feel that, and we embrace it. We want to welcome your dogs. Your dogs are going to be the most important member of the family when you check in. They're treated like royalty. They have excellent beds. They're given treats. We have Pup Cups if they need some whipped cream. We roll out the red carpet for our furry friends, and it's great. And there's some hotels that you go to where if you're checking in with a pet, you feel like you have to take it in the basement entrance and hide it. And no, we want to meet your dog. We want to know your dog. We want to be friends with your dog. So it's really fun.
And I think other guests love seeing dogs. Most of us like to have dogs. So
Absolutely.
It kind of makes us feel better when we see those other dogs there.
Absolutely.
And so this is Dash, and
Yes.
Dash is the official mascot of Staypineapple.
Yeah.
But this dog has a bigger meaning. But first, what happens when you buy Dash from the hotel?
Yes. So as dog lovers, as pet lovers, we like to support that cause. So With the purchase of every dash is $25. You get to take them home with you. And with every purchase, we make a donation to the Humane Society and pet projects.
That's incredible. I mean, there's just so many ways you're making an impact. Gives me goosies. But Dash's name, tell us about Dash's name, because it's even, I mean, it just adds another layer to the importance of Dash.
Absolutely. So Dash is named and styled after our founder's pet, also named Dash. So Michelle Barnett has a husky named Dash, and the name Dash comes from a person's tombstone. So you usually have their birth date, Dash, and then the day they died. And the theory is that it's not about the birthday and the end date, it's how you live your Dash in between the birth and the death. And so it's a constant reminder to our team members and to our guests to live your best Dash.
And I think this is just helping wrap all of this up so nicely, because you personally, the hotel, the organization is leaving a Dash on the industry, on your community, on the people you work with, and on your guests, and of course on animals. So that is so important to think about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that so much. Okay, so as a wrap-up question for the travelers, if there was, we call this the folio on the Conscious Check-In.
Okay, I
So
like it.
if there was one message you would want to leave in every guest's folio as they check out here at Staypineapple Chicago, what would that be?
So one of the things that I love most about my experience working at Staypineapple Chicago, it's that I feel how much each of our team members loves Chicago, loves working in this building, loves creating these experiences for our guests. And it's just the most rewarding place to work. And if I could say the same thing to every guest that was leaving, I would say, I hope you had a great experience. I hope you love Chicago as much as we do.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Well, we can't thank you for all your time and showing us around your incredible hotel. You are a true leader. I take inspiration from you. And so thank you so much for joining us on the Conscious Check-In.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah. All right, so just another perk for staying at Staypineapple is when you come, you check in, cute branding, the core welcome, and you get a complimentary beverage, beer, wine, soda.
Yeah.
Tell us the idea behind that.
It comes essentially from the innkeeper mentality. So when you come to our hotel, we want you to feel like you're being welcomed to a friend's home. And what's the first thing you do when you welcome a friend to your home? You offer them a glass of wine, a cup of beer, any sort of beverage. And so we're doing the exact same thing. We have a new friend coming to stay with us. We welcome them with a drink.
It really does feel like a family here. And I'm not just saying that. It's, you know, everything about it is very welcoming. And I mean, I'll take a free beverage.
You got it. Thank you guys so much for spending the week with me and including me in your podcast. I was honored to be featured.
Oh, we loved it. Bethann, we love you. We love Staypineapple.
Cheers to your health and happiness.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Stay in the loop. Stay pineapple.
Stay in the loop.
Stay pineapple. Everybody wants to be naked in bed.
That was your Conscious Check-In. Until next time, travel deeper and stay inspired. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and let us know who you'd love to hear from next. The future of travel and the planet depends on it.